Bobby, what do we know about the two? We'll deal with the Democrats in a second. What do we actually know about Perdue and Loeffler? Are these bloodthirsty right wingers? Are they kind of squishy moderates? Look, we're rooting for them anyway because we have to have it. But what kind of
Right.
Republicans are we dealing with here?
Yeah, I think what you're dealing with is the business types. Those that come up, Loeffler
Okay.
especially, came up with the contributions and entrepreneur in tech and, got appointed. This is the reason for your audience that we have two Senate races. Perdue is the one who's actually up. His 6-year term is up. He's running for reelection, almost made it through without having to do this runoff that he's going to have against Ossoff in January. Loeffler's a different story. This was Johnny Isakson's seat, who just this past December stepped down, and she was appointed to fill the seat. Well, so that was an appointment. Now you have to have an election, and that's why everyone came out of the woodwork for a special election and why she's going into the runoff. But these, I would not call them flamethrowers at all. They are just kind of your garden variety Republicans. We want to support them. We definitely need to keep that balance in the Senate, but that's kind of where they fall.
Okay, so why the runoff? I know people get confused. I mean, look, we don't have that here in Texas, at least nothing
Right.
like this. Why? Explain what this whole runoff thing is.
Yeah, so what they have in Georgia, and this does not count for the president. The presidential election, that's a federal, nationwide, that doesn't have a runoff. So if you've got President Trump, maybe with this recount, he has 49.9% of the vote to 49.8, it's done. The only reason Georgia hasn't been called right now is because they've just authorized a total recount. They are going to recount the presidential race. So we don't know what's going on there. Everyone else, though, they have to win by the 50% plus one. And if you don't, the top two go into a runoff. And like I said, Perdue was holding on above 50%, right around 50% for most of Election Day. And then as those Atlanta votes came in, it dropped him down, and he's in a runoff. Loeffler's a different story. She was destined for the runoff regardless because, again, that was a special election. You have Doug Collins, a Republican representative, who, got so much exposure during the impeachment side, the House side, speaking out, being very vocal for President Trump. He was in that race, this special election. So it was going to split with Loeffler and Collins. And then you have Warnock, the Democrat, the leading Democrat. Those were the top three vote getters. So there was pretty much no way that Loeffler was going to come out without having a runoff. And so now it's her versus Warnock, the Democrat, and that's January 5th as well.
Hey, thanks so much for watching The First on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me. Like it, subscribe. You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me.